Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, most incredible. Oh, do not just your set. This, this is Hitman Cause, and welcome to your official review for both NXT Stand and Deliver, and also WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. And of course, as always, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome, as always, the homie man Gary. Gary, welcome to the contracts.
My man, Cos Payton, what's good?
Yeah, two pay-per-views, 2 nights, one podcast. You ready to do this?
Yes, sir. Let's do this shit like Brutus. You know it.
All right. Now, first off, I'll admit I caught. I only watched the main card of Stand and Deliver, so I didn't even. So by the time the pay-per-view was over, I didn't even realize that Chase U faced off against Schism already.
Oh wow!
Because I eventually found out that was on the pre-show.
Oh.
But anything you'd like to say about the match, considering I didn't see it?
About the match?
Wait. Well, did you see it?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. So how was it, player?
Oh, which match you said again? I'm sorry.
Chase U versus Schism.
Oh yeah. It was good. It really was good, player. Yo, it was good. Watch it when you can. Yeah. It actually took place on the pre-show.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I missed it because I don't watch the pre-show.
Oh. Yeah, you did say that.
So how was Ava in her in-ring debut?
Oh, yo, she did good in her in-ring debut.
Now, was she just fighting Thea Hale, or did she try and put her hands on Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, and Tyler Bate?
She got her hands on what's her name?
Thea Hale?
Yep.
Did she try and put her hands on any of the guys?
Oh, nah, she never did. She didn't.
Alright. So, now, in the end, who won?
Chase U, baby.
Excellent. So that means Chase U's here to stay.
Yes, sir.
Well, considering I have nothing to say about it, considering I didn't see it, unfortunately, I'm sorry. Well, we're gonna move on to the opening match, which was the ladder match for the NXT Women's Championship. Yo, this match was wild, man.
It really was.
Freaking the NXT women showing the main roster women how to put on a ladder match.
Right.
And they all pulled out the stops. First off, I'm gonna give credit where it's due to Tiffany Stratton. I don't like her, but she definitely showed out a bit during this match, and she freaking hurt herself big time. Cause I remember when she was on the top of the ladder, so someone tipped it over, and then when they tipped it over, she did a swanton bomb. In which she was trying to land on all the other women that was outside of the ring, but you could clearly see that she hit back first before hitting anybody. So she's gonna be feeling that in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Then actually at one point, Gigi Dolan was actually the closest to win the match. Actually, she would have won the match had it not been for JC Jane interfering in the match. And then,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and then in the end, Indy Hartwell was alone, and she was trying to climb the ladder, but she was in too much pain. But then, to save the day, that man Dexter Lumis the husband came and helped her up the ladder, and
Right.
And the only way I can compare it to is Edge and Christian, WrestleMania X7. I know that's a bit of a stretch comparing the two, but they won that match the same way because Rhino had, I think, Christian on his shoulders trying to help him up the ladder, but still, you know.
Right. Also, that's correct. Also, another thing is too. Speaking of Rhino, y'all remember he that match is yo.
What?
That match is. Say again.
No. What'd you say?
No, I'm saying like that one. That's one of the best matches too. Like, oh my lord.
One of the best.
Like that women's.
Man, I'm telling you. Wait. Are you talking about the women's ladder match or the WrestleMania match?
Well, I'd have to compare both of them. Like another thing too, when Rhino when he speared. Also, let's talk about I'm gonna bring back a memory from the WrestleMania 17 match when Rhino speared Lita. Yeah. Oh my lord.
Hey, oh, hold up, man. If you're gonna say it right, it's the gore.
Gore, right? Gore. Correct.
But yeah, and you know what really stands out about Indy winning the match and the title is that had it not been for the second chance match before Stand and Deliver, she wouldn't have been on the card because she initially she first had a qualifying match, but then she lost, and then she was put into the second chance match with the other losers, and then that's how she got into the match.
Oh wow!
But thanks to Dexter Lumis, he proves once again that love conquers all.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I don't think I ever told you this, but I've always been a major supporter of Index.
Oh, that's cool, and I'm glad to see that her and Dexter still going strong. That's good, bro.
Yeah. Especially ever since the last time ended on a sour note.
Oh, word.
You remember what happened, right?
Oh yeah, most def.
Because what's his face? She was down in the dumps because she lost another match and she was on a losing streak. But
that's correct.
And then Dexter came to lift her spirits, but only temporarily as he got arrested.
Yep.
But anyways, before we go on rambling, next match we have the triple threat tag team match for the NXT tag team titles. The D'Angelo family versus the Creed brothers versus Gallus. Oh, this match was hard hitting, bro.
Yeah, it was.
First off, Julius Creed. No, fuck that. The Creeds in general are freaks of nature.
Yeah, they are. No debate there.
Like from Julius Creed, freaking hitting each person with a belly-to-belly suplex, then doing a kip up, hitting another belly-to-belly to do another kip up to doing the belly-to-belly. This dude was killing it. But there was one spot I didn't like where Julius had one dude on his shoulders, and then the other dude had another person on his shoulders, and then Brutus tried to do the Brutus bomb to knock them all down, but he missed completely.
Yes.
And
that's crazy.
And Vic Joseph tried to say that he didn't get all of it. Man, he didn't get any of it.
Exactly.
And then I'm gonna give it to Stacks. He's been definitely stepping up his game.
Oh yeah.
And I know he's doing it to impress Tony D'Angelo, but he fails to realize that he has nothing to prove to him. And like Tony keeps trying to get that through his head that he has nothing to prove to him. he's already proved his worth.
Right. Yes, sir.
And he keeps trying to let them know that they're on equal ground.
Exactly.
But it's the loyalty thing that with Stacks. He's loyal as hell to him, and you couldn't ask for anything more from someone.
Think that's right.
But in the end, it was Gallus Boys still on top because the D'Angelo family went in for the kill.
Right.
And which Stacks hit a crossbody, and then Tony was covering the ground, making sure nobody was there to break up the pin. When a returning Joe Coffey, the older brother of Mark Coffey, and the remaining member of Gallus that was yet to come back, made the save, wiping everybody out and allowing Mark Coffey and Wolfgang to seal the deal and retain the titles, and the Gallus Boys remain on top and now reunited, all three, and it feels so good.
Oh yeah.
I can only imagine what hell they're gonna raise with now that all three of them are back together.
Right.
Now, part of me is thinking that this was a cover-up, like why Joe Coffey wasn't there when they initially came back. Part of me thinks that it was a cover-up because maybe he was having visa issues.
Oh, right.
Because when they were suspended, that was a cover-up because they all had visa issues.
That's right.
So maybe
that's correct.
Yeah. So maybe Joe's was taking longer to fix.
Right.
Well, doesn't matter. That was then. This is now. They're all together, so that's all that matters.
Oh, word. That's no debate there.
Now, next up, we had the Fatal 5-Way for the NXT North American Championship. Jesus fucking Christ, yo.
Yeah, another great ass match, Lord.
Yo, we said this match was gonna be 1,000 miles a minute, and my God, did this shit pay off? Oh my God, yo! If you saw the match, y'all know that you could not turn away for a second, because if you did, you were going to miss something. Everybody showed out in this match.
Right.
And but if I'm being honest, Ilya Dragunov showed out the most.
Oh yeah.
And even though he didn't win, he like, you talk about a freaking workhorse. Like, it was him.
Exactly.
Like, and yo, freaking I think one of the crazy part was when he was chopping the living hell out of Axiom. He was chopping him so many damn times, and it was just the beginning of the match that he was chopping the hell out of him, turning his chest red.
Right.
But I tell you what, in the end, freaking Wesley retained in such a crazy way, because freaking Ilya hit his finisher, but at the same time, when he hit his finisher, Wesley hit the cardiac kick on him.
Right.
And oh my God.
That's right.
Whoever takes that title from Wesley definitely has to bring everything like that Fatal 5-Way match, but more.
Exactly.
Oh,
that is right.
Honestly, even though the a few of the other matches were great, that, in my opinion, was the match of the night.
I wouldn't have baked you there.
But moving on, we have Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller in an unsanctioned match.
was another sick ass match.
Yeah, that match was pretty brutal.
It was.
Yo, freaking! I think the craziest thing about the match was freaking. By the end of it, freaking Grayson Waller's back was torn to shreds.
Yes.
My God, the welts and cuts on his back. Oh my God.
Yes.
Like that. I know that shit stung like a bitch in the shower.
That's a fact.
Oh my God.
Glad it did.
Oh boy. But and honestly, I part of me thought that Johnny Gargano was gonna do the usual, let his rage get the best of him and cause him to lose sight of the match, and cost him. But he was able to remain focused, give Grayson the beating of a lifetime, and made him tap.
Yup.
With a little bit of an assist from Candice LeRae.
That's right.
I don't know. Her presence ringside, even though I understand why she was ringside, it still got annoying to see her there.
It says it was annoying to see her there.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Nah. I just don't like it when she's always ringside to Johnny's matches.
I got you.
Let him handle business on his own.
I understand.
But after Johnny won, to make things that much sweeter, they celebrated their victory with Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis.
Right. That's correct.
I would say the Way was reunited, but Austin Theory wasn't there.
Oh yeah, man.
But considering they're all face and Theory's heel, that's not happening.
Right. Exactly.
But it was still a great moment, nonetheless.
Exactly.
Moving on, we had Alpha Fire and Isla Dawn versus Fallon Henley and Kiana James for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles.
Oh yeah, that was another good ass match.
Yeah. This match was pretty good. But I think the real underlying thing was that was really emphasized on was whether or not Fallon and Kiana were going to get along, and for pretty much the whole match they were. It's just in the closing moments of the match is where everything fell apart.
Right.
Because Kiana was asking Brooks for her bag, but Josh and Fallon were telling him not to give her the bag, and it's because of them taking so long with that it ruined everything and caused them to lose the titles.
Exactly.
And don't get me wrong, I understand, their faces and they don't want to cheat, but come the fuck on, man. And even Booker said it multiple times throughout the night, through multiple matches. Get your wins by any means necessary.
That's right.
And if you got a Hall of Famer like Booker T saying it, our multi-time tag champion, might I add, saying that, do it.
That's right.
And honestly, if Kiana freaking tears into them, I'm on her side.
Right.
But I'm sorry. I gotta get this off my chest. What was Isla Dawn doing? What business did Isla Dawn have being out there looking all thick, double cheeked up on a Saturday night?
That's right.
She out there with all this ass, double cheeked up on a Saturday night.
Facts.
Now, and honestly, all seriousness, I'm actually curious to see how long they hold these titles.
Me too.
Like, I'm wondering if they're gonna have a long reign, or if they're gonna be transitional champions like Fallon and Kiana were.
Yeah, me too. That's what I wonder.
Anyways, and on to the main event. We had Braun Breaker defending the NXT title against that guy, Carmelo Hayes.
Yes, that too was another great motherfucking match.
Yes, sir. They both showed out.
They did.
And Trick did try to interfere. However, he got ejected.
Exactly. And also, might I add, can I also say this?
Go ahead.
Melo's entrance was...
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! First off, shout out to Trick Williams for giving him that intro as usual. Freaking
Facts.
Putting every person that he beat while NXT North American Champion on a jersey. Like retired numbers in the rafters.
Right.
And then he coming, and then Melo coming out with rocking the purple and gold RP to Kobe. He had the number 8 on one of his knee pads.
Facts.
And then freaking on the screen on the Titantron, he had his name in the Los Angeles Lakers logo.
Yeah, he did.
Like, yo, that shit, it couldn't get any better.
Hell yeah.
And then also, on a side note, the shirt that he was wearing was reminiscent of the album cover to Eminem's Kill Shot.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Except, it had Braun's face on it,
Right.
And then both him and Trick stepped on the shirt.
Facts.
And, that was to make a statement,
Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
But anyways, towards the end of the match, there was a ref bump, and then while the ref was out, Braun did lock in the Steiner recliner, to which Melo did submit. However, because there was no ref, it didn't count. That's when Trick Williams pulled up, because the ref was out, popped Braun in the back of the head with the title, and then Melo tried to sneak in with the cover, but Braun kicked out. Then he tried to hit Melo with the power slam. However, Melo countered into the code breaker, and then he got the basketball. He pulled up. He pulled up from deep, and as usual, it was nothing but net. 1, 2, 3, and the one of ones. That guy, him, Carmelo Hayes, is your new NXT champion. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, but he is finally the big man on campus once again.
Hell yeah.
And we've been singing his praises for the longest. And finally people have seen it. People understand it. People recognize it. But then again, if they didn't, they wouldn't have been chanting his name after he won the title.
Exactly.
Overall, a great pay-per-view. And it was perfect time to get us hyped up for WrestleMania.
Hell yeah.
And speaking of WrestleMania, we're gonna go ahead and switch gears to the showcase of Immortals.
Yes, sir.
Starting off with night 1, we had Austin Theory defending the United States title against John Cena. Bottom line, I'm gonna say this. I'm glad Theory won because, like I told you, he had to win. Because if he lost, that was gonna be it. That was it. Done.
Exactly.
Kaput. Gonzo. His career.
That's right.
In the toilet. And
right.
I would personally go to your job, humble man, buy a shovel, and dig the ditch myself.
I got you, yo.
But I will admit, this match was a bit disappointing.
I think I'm sorry to cut you. Can I say something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the match was kind of good, but I think I know what disappointed. I think I know what you're gonna point out was disappointing. The finish to the shit.
Well, partially that, but also, honestly, Theory constantly taunting. That really took away from the match. I know he's a heel and supposed to be cocky and shit, but he was doing way too much taunting.
Oh right.
And like, and because there was more taunting rather than the amount of moves they were doing, that really took away from it. And you know, part of me expected Theory to cheat, but you know,
right.
But like, since he beat Cena and he's still champ, that does do a little bit for him, but it doesn't do everything for him, like a clean victory would, you know.
That's right.
But you know, well, I guess I'll take what I can get.
Right. I see what you mean.
Moving on, we had the men's Fatal 4-Way tag match, and they even said during the entrances that there is no number one contenders shot at stake. So this was just a waste of time.
Oh wow, yeah, it really was.
But I'll tell you what, damn it, if this match did not kick ass.
Oh yeah, it did.
Like this match. Oh my god, this match was fucking wild, bro.
It did kick ass, yes.
Everybody was showing out.
That's right.
First off, you had freaking Braun Strowman doing his whole battering ram routine 2 times in a row, knocking everyone down. Right. Oh wait, actually no. He knocked almost everyone down. But before he could finish the tour, Angelo Dawkins said, "Fuck your train," and
yes,
and knocked him down. Oh man,
yes.
He said, "Fuck your train."
That was crazy.
Absolutely beautiful work by him, and
that's a fact.
Then of course you had Ricochet flying through the air as usual. Actually, Chad Gable once again showing off his. First off, he was showing off his strength and his prowess, freaking doing his victory roll into a deadlift German suplex on Braun Strowman of all people.
Word.
Like this brother. Oh my God, they need to do something serious with Alpha Academy, because Chad Gable is way too talented of a guy to not have a serious role.
That's a fact.
Like, he is way too talented in that ring.
Word.
And then in the end, actually the ending was awesome. Because freaking.
Oh yeah.
Because I think Ricochet tried to hit Dawkins with the 450 splash. However, he caught nothing but knees.
Right.
But that wasn't all. Because after he caught Dawkins' knees, Dawkins held him in place as Montez Ford came flying from the heavens with a frog splash to which sealed the deal, and the Street Profits won.
Right.
Absolutely wonderful.
That's a fact.
And I'll be honest. I honestly thought Maxime Dupree was gonna pull up and distract Otis.
Me too.
But hey, I'm glad she didn't. Because because it would have taken away from the great match.
Exactly.
Definitely some great work between all of them.
That's a fact.
Moving on, we had Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. First off, let's give a shout out to freaking both of their entrances. First you had Logan Paul paying tribute to Shawn Michaels. I forget which WrestleMania it was where he came through on the zip line, but that's where he paid tribute. And then you had and you know the entrance I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. And then you had Seth Rollins come out with that orchestra conductor freaking conducting each side of the crowd to sing his theme.
Yeah.
That was proper quality. But I texted you this, but you didn't respond. But of course.
Oh no, I replied. Something I don't know what was up with your phone. They said the message can't be delivered or whatever. I don't know what's up with your phone.
Well, in any case, in typical Seth Tacky Rollins fashion, this fool once again could not go a single freaking pay-per-view without looking tacky as shit.
Word.
Like, my God, man.
Exactly.
And people got the nerve to call him a trip god, man. Like, God, this dude just gets tackier and tackier. Jesus Christ. Freaking John Witherspoon is rolling in his grave, wondering why this fool's still in his style.
Right.
But in any case, on with the match. Once again, everything that's been praised about Logan Paul, it has to be, once again praised, because he once again, put on a great match.
That is correct.
And him and Seth tore the place down.
They did, most def.
But I'll tell you what, that little that mascot that Logan Paul had with him, that caught me off guard.
Me too.
Because after he attacked Seth Rollins, Logan Paul took off the mascot's face to reveal, of all people, KSI.
Right.
And then they tried to recreate what he did at what pay-per-view was it where he faced Roman Reigns?
Where Rollins faced Roman?
No. When Logan.
Oh, Logan.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Crown Jewel. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
But freaking Seth Rollins made it obvious that he was gonna counter. Because literally the whole time when KSI was bragging on his phone, he literally had his arm underneath KSI the whole time. He made it like
that is correct.
He made it painfully obvious that he was going to counter.
Right.
So after Logan Paul accidentally put KSI through a table, Seth did hit the curb stomp to win the match.
Yes, sir.
And again, it was a great match. Take nothing away from Logan Paul. He definitely brought it.
Right.
So definitely a great match by them.
Word.
Also, even though it's been said a million times, 1,000,001 ain't gonna hurt. And that's Logan Paul does a better buckshot lariat than Hangman Page.
Oh wow. I got you.
Yeah. Oh my God! For fuck's sake!
I think I know why you said that, because of the next match.
Moving on to the next match: Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control. Say what you want to say about this match. I ain't saying shit because I skipped this.
Alright, Trish Stratus and Lita and Becky Lynch beat them, and the match it was great as well. And seeing two Hall of Famers and the great talent of today work together, team up to beat the other great talents of today was very great. And then that's all I gotta say. Seeing Trish and Lita on this WrestleMania stage again, especially with the future, the past and the present, really fucking great. That's all.
Yeah, moving on. Fuck them. Where we had Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. And let's give a shout out to both of their entrances, bro. Both of them had crazy ass entrances. First off, this man Dominic came out on a prison bus, being surrounded by the LAPD, and he was wearing a mask, similar to Rey's, and he was handcuffed too.
Right.
Honestly, this gave me vibes of Kane. Remember when he was chained up during that one entrance?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gave me that kind of vibe too, man. That was dope as hell. And also, I gotta give a big shout out to Dominic's attire too, because he mixed two attires at once. Because first off, the top he was wearing was similar to Rey Mysterio's attire from Halloween Havoc.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, and then the bottom half was Eddie's tights.
Right.
Only difference was on the back, instead of it saying Latino, it said Mommy.
Right, it did.
Yeah, and then Rey Mysterio, his entrance was even crazier. Because first off, he came out with Snoop Dogg, and then they played Eddie's theme as they came out to a lowrider.
Right.
Absolutely wonderful, man.
That's a fact.
And I tell you what, Dominic definitely showed his growth as a wrestler during this match. You know, he definitely brought everything.
Yeah, he did.
And you know, he did the most to try and draw heat, and even though he didn't do what I wanted him to do to draw heat, he still drew a lot of heat. From throwing that drink in Aaliyah's face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then even the Judgment Day interfered. And honestly, he would have won the match had Bad Bunny not have interfered either.
Exactly.
Because Bad Bunny was ringside because he was doing commentary on the Spanish commentary for the match.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's right.
By the way, do you know why Bad Bunny always wears that shirt saying 2032?
That's a good question. I don't know what the hell's the reason behind that.
Cause me and my boy Post 90s was wondering that, and like, yeah.
Well, who said they was wondering who catchphrase?
No, me and my boy Post 90s.
Wow, that's real ridiculously insane.
Yeah, but anyways, you know, because of Bad Bunny's distraction, Rey was able to capitalize and win the match. Also, Legado del Fantasma pulled up to fight to help get rid of the Judgment Day.
Right.
But yeah, in the end, Rey won. I'll be honest, I did want Dominic to win, but I doubt this is gonna be the end of their feud. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, I know what you're saying, for real.
Yeah. But that was still a great match.
Yeah, it was.
Moving on.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead. What you were saying? Go ahead.
The match we were saying about Rey and Dominic?
Yeah. You were saying?
Yeah, that match was great. And did you say the way Rey was whipping him?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, how he finally took off his belt and whooped Dom's ass.
Yeah.
Doing something that he should have done a long time ago.
Right.
And that is one of the 4 things a black man can't run away from. I know they ain't black, but I'm trying to make a point. That's one of the 4 things a black man can't run away from.
Exactly.
You know what's the other 3?
Which ones?
Death, taxes, and a Jehovah's Witness knocking at your door.
Oh yeah, that too.
Anyways, moving on to the next match. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yes.
This match was great too.
It was. My girl Rhea won. My girl Rhea won as the new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yes, sir, man. I marked out when that went down, man. But I'll take nothing away from Charlotte. She definitely brought everything she had. You know?
Right. Facts.
And I couldn't help that she was a little agitated that match wasn't the main event.
Right. Yeah.
But she needs to learn how to take a back seat. Now, she can't always be on the main event.
That's a big fact. That really is.
And besides, they still had a great match.
Yeah, they did.
And I absolutely loved where at the fact that first off, for literally the whole match, she couldn't get the figure 8 locked in at all. Rhea kept countering every time, and then the one time where she actually locked in the figure 4, Rhea was already at the ropes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then,
that's so crazy. Yeah, it was crazy, but I'm glad my girl Rhea won.
And then in the closing moments of the match, Ricky and they were both on the top turnbuckle, and then
yeah, they were.
And then Rhea popped Charlotte's head with the ring post that dazed her enough to hit her with the riptide from the top rope to seal the deal.
Word, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Word.
And now freaking Rhea got the job done. She erased the ugly loss from the pandemic WrestleMania, and she's
exactly.
on. And now with this win, she is the first woman to hold. Actually, well, technically the only woman to hold the NXT UK, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown Women's titles.
Right.
So shout out to her.
That's a fact.
Then towards the end of the night, the guest hosts of WrestleMania, The Miz and Snoop Dogg, were talking about the night. To which then Snoop mentioned that the only thing that could have been better is if Miz was on the card. To which then Miz did.
From us, like word.
To which then agreed that he should have had a match.
Yep.
And then cue the music. Oh boy, Pat McAfee makes an appearance. And freaking Michael Cole was ecstatic to see Pat McAfee. And Pat wanted to have a match against The Miz, but at first The Miz refused. But you know, he had to make a Tiny Balls reference with The Miz. To which then Miz agreed to the match. But Pat McAfee won, and he hit a field goal right through the uprights upside Miz's head while doing so. So they got that little bit in. Then on to the main event. We had the Usos defending the Undisputed Tag Team titles against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Man, this match was crazy. I'm actually surprised that freaking Solo Sikoa didn't interfere in this match. But then again, he didn't come down to the ring. But I think, hey, but yo, Humble Man, yo, but I'll tell you what, I definitely got to give a shout out, and I know a lot of people don't like him, but I'm gonna give a shout out to Lil Uzi Vert.
Right, good.
Because I'm pretty sure that wasn't the whole song, but I'm pretty sure he only did the intro just to introduce the Usos.
You upset? Word, man.
But in any case, this match, was awesome. Honestly, this was easily the best work from all four of them. Period.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I was so shocked when Sami Zayn kicked out of the 1D. Because similar to Baron Corbin's at End of Days, no one had kicked out of the 1D until that time. And then at the end of the match, who could forget this man Sami sealing the deal with not one, not two, but 3 Helluva kicks consecutively to Jey Uso to win the match and the titles. And it was a long, glorious reign for the Usos, but all good things must come to an end. And for them, unfortunately, theirs came to an end at a record-breaking 620 days as the Undisputed Tag Team Champions. You really couldn't ask more from them. What say you, Humble Man? Oh. Yeah. But honestly, with how great night 1 was, it was gonna be a tough act to follow with night 2, So, with that being said, let's go on and move to night 2. And honestly, I think the crowd. I think the crowd was a little more lit for night 2 than they were for night 1. Of course, I could be wrong, but anyways, they decided to open up the night with Brock Lesnar versus Omos. And actually, before we get back to night 2, I believe you had something to say about the match, about the tag match, Humble Man.
Yes, sir, Humble Man. That match, what I had to say about it, was a really great match, and it turned, and Owens and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they did it. That match was very great. If you ask what was the match of night 1, it'll probably have to be a toss-up between that and the SmackDown Women's Championship, which is also great. Rhea did it. I'm glad she did it. I'm glad Charlotte won. That's that.
Yep. I hear you. Anyways, back to moving on to night 2, we had Brock Lesnar versus Omos to start the show. Now,
yes,
even though this match wasn't long, in my opinion, it definitely did its job. For one thing, Omos was looking strong as hell in the short amount of time. Freaking Brock made this guy look like $1,000,000. Hopefully his performance will shut up well, at least most of almost his haters.
Right, yeah, no lie. That match was good.
But in the end, Brock was able to overcome the odds, hit a huge F5 on Omos to win the match.
Yes.
But in my opinion, I think this is gonna do wonders for Omos as far as getting his name out there.
That's correct.
Yeah. Moving on, we had Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville in the Women's Tag Team Showcase. And once again, this was not for number one contendership for the tag title. So again, another waste of time.
Oh wow! Well, I mean, the match. I mean, it was kind of good though. But I feel what you're saying. It was a waste of time.
Yeah. But I'll give a shout out to Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for coming out to their karate gis, you know.
Oh yeah.
And also freaking, I don't know if you noticed, but first off, Shayna, you need to sue whoever gave you them boots, because obviously they made it out of some cheap ass material. Because if you didn't see towards the end of the match, one of her boots exploded.
Oh yeah.
But
if I did.
Yeah, but in the end, it really didn't matter, because what happened was pretty slick was pretty smart on their end. Where I think Liv Morgan hit Oblivion on somebody, but while she hit it, I think Shayna blind tagged her, so she didn't even know it. And then
oh wow!
And then after she hit the move. Oh no! Freaking no! Yeah. Shayna blind tagged her, and then Ronda got tagged in, to which then she then put, I think, Shotzi in the armbar, to which she submitted, and Ronda and Shayna won the match.
Oh wow!
Absolute great work. I'm definitely happy with them winning. Actually, I'm very happy they won.
Yeah, we too.
And I'll admit, I was gonna. I know I said on the predictions that Chelsea and Sonya should have won. That way, Chelsea would stop, would have nothing to complain about. But then again, if she had nothing to complain about, then that would defeat the purpose of her Karen gimmick.
Exactly.
Moving on. Oh my God. Oh yes, this match. Yes, sir. We had Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes,
man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, this, I don't care. Oh my God. With the exception of the forget it. This was the match of the night. By far the match of the night.
Facts.
Oh my God, I told you this was gonna be hard hitting, man. And
yeah, man, I know it would have been.
And it was gonna be brutal. Oh my Lord, this was hell. This was hell before Hell in a Cell.
Facts.
And I absolutely I was definitely thrown off. First off, when Drew McIntyre did the 3-2-1, and before he could hit the Claymore, he got hit with the Brogue Kick.
Oh yeah.
But even better than that was the man Gunther catching them both off guard, hitting Drew with a power bomb, and hitting Sheamus with a power bomb onto Drew to retain the title. And
right.
And first off, the match itself proved why the why the Intercontinental title is the workhorse title.
Exactly.
You got three of the hardest workers in the business duking it out for this. That's number one. And number two, this was absolutely great. Absolutely happy Gunther won it, and I hope he holds it for a very long time.
Oh, I got you perfectly. That fucking match, oh my god. It was, very fucking great.
Yeah. And whenever you have an idea, man, don't be afraid to cut me off, man. Because we can just bounce off. Each other. You feel me?
Yeah.
Moving on, we had Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title. First off, both their entrances were pretty cool. First you had a whole bunch of Asuka copies wearing her mask before she came out with this crazy ass white and gold face paint. And then Bianca's entrance. First off, you once again, another year in a row, and Bianca's entrance is for the culture.
Hell fucking yeah!
Shout out to the Divas of Compton for showing for doing their thing for Bianca Belair. They were doing it for that. That routine was amazing.
Yes, that's a fact. And also, another thing too, something that came about, prayers up for the
one that
was
good. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Prayers up for the one I was dancing next to her. She had next to her because she lost her mom yesterday on that morning, and prayers up for her still doing that with Bianca.
Oh, I thought that happened after.
Oh, no. Well, it was said afterwards, but she lost her mom the morning of, but the news came about after.
Yeah. So shout out to the youngest girl, the contortionist. She unfortunately her mom's passed away.
Right, man.
But even before then, I know I wanted Asuka to win at first, but after seeing Bianca once again do this for the culture, she had to win this match.
Oh yeah, man, she did.
And this match, once again, was nothing short of amazing. Superb work from both women. Asuka was definitely flexing. Was flexing her technical prowess as usual. Well, I wouldn't say as usual, but she was just flexing it just a little bit more than usual.
That is right.
Because she was hit. Yeah, go ahead.
That is fucking right. She was flexing it, even off the ropes and all that. Oh my god.
Like honestly, it didn't matter which body part she was pulling. She was giving Bianca submission move after submission move, just absolute superb.
Right.
And Bianca responded perfectly in stride.
Exactly.
And I definitely liked what happened towards the end of the match, where Asuka attempted to hit the poison mist, but no pun intended, she missed. And honestly, I thought when she missed it was gonna hit the ref, but the ref was good too.
Word, yo, that's a fact.
And she hit but then she locked in an armbar on Bianca Belair. But in typical EST fashion, she once again flexed her strength, lifting Asuka up to hit the KOD and retain the Raw Women's Championship.
Word.
The big shout out to Bianca Belair for showing out showing up and getting the job done once again.
That's a fact.
But on a sour note, I have to say this for the Oscar fans. And also for those that don't, for those of you that don't know but like to keep statistics, Oscar as of now is now 0-5 at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
She has not won a single time at WrestleMania. Like people say that SummerSlam is John Cena's Achilles heel. WrestleMania is Asuka's Achilles heel.
Right. Exactly.
Then before the next match, Snoop Dogg and The Miz were in the ring. To which then Miz was running his mouth, but then Snoop cut him off. To which then Shane McMahon came out.
Yes.
And to which then Miz and Shane were having a match, but Jesus Christ, literally seconds into the match, Shane does a leapfrog, but he tears his quad.
Yes.
On some Kevin Nash, Vince McMahon shit.
Yeah.
But I gotta give a shout out to Snoop Dogg for calling an audible that quickly.
Fact.
Cause I really gotta give it to him for thinking on his feet, for doing that.
That's a fact.
Cause first he cracked Miz twice in the face, and then hit the people's elbow, and that was a well placed elbow.
Yeah, it was.
Cause he got some height on it. Cause he got a little bit of height when he jumped.
Right.
But I can't even front. This fool looked so goofy when he was running the ropes.
Oh yeah.
But
that's a fact.
But to be fair, this dude was old, tall, and lanky. So what do you want him to do?
Right.
But hey, Snoop, and that's another WrestleMania winner under his belt.
That's a fact. And also another match we didn't mention for night one. I can mention it now. Pat McAfee came out and fought Miz.
I already talked about that.
Oh, I didn't get to say, that was also like a shocker. I thought it would have been last year. Something who should have been on the card. He was deserving of that.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I would have liked for night two. I would have liked for Pat McAfee to be doing commentary.
Yeah, me too.
But it was still nice for him to be there at night one.
Right.
But moving on, next match we had Edge versus Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match. First off, the entrances, my God. First we had Edge coming out to Slayer.
Yes.
Shout out to Slayer. Oh my God. And before you metalheads come down my back, know that I love metal music. And I felt like a fool because at first when I heard it, I thought it was Metallica. Till I was corrected and someone said it was Slayer.
Cool.
But even still, that was still a wonderful thing. That was still awesome as hell for him to come out to Slayer to start it off before switching back to Alter Bridge.
Right.
And then Finn Balor came out again as the demon, and he switched his theme back to Catch Your Breath. But I guarantee he only did that for that night.
Right.
When he appears on Raw, I guarantee he's gonna switch back to his other theme.
Right.
But needless to say, this match was brutal as hell.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
Yeah. And
that match was.
Go ahead.
It really was brutal. Oh my fucking god! Weapons galore and all, everything, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yo, and you know, I liked how a good amount of the weapons were color coded in red and purple.
Me too. Me too.
I definitely liked when Finn drop kicked Edge into the table.
Oh yeah.
And even though he missed, I also liked when he hit the coup de grace from the cell through a table.
Yes, son. That shit was yes.
But in the end, it wasn't enough because, you know, Edge, what's his face? He hit because he speared him and then he bashed him multiple times with the chair before hitting a concerto.
Right.
To seal the deal. And actually also there was a spot that pissed me off. And I understand why it happened, but it still pissed me off because it fucked up the momentum of the entire match.
Oh damn!
And that was when Edge threw the ladder at Finn, and he got busted open.
Oh yeah.
To which they had to stop the match so it closed the wound.
Right.
Like what? I prefer to how it used to be, where a wrestler got busted open, but they kept the match going.
Right.
But anyways, the match was still great despite that happening.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on, we had Roman Reigns defending the undisputed Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes. Now,
yes.
Now, initially, Solo Sikoa was ringside with him, but after enough times of his shenanigans, he eventually got caught. Well, sorta. He essentially was doing too much, and it cost him. Because he hit Cody with his waist belt, and the ref heard the strike, and because of that, he got the boot.
Right.
But I tell you what, man, Cody tried his ass off. He tried like hell, and how as usual there was a ref bump, and actually I honestly didn't think this was gonna happen, but the Usos interfered. I honestly didn't think they were gonna interfere because of what happened.
Word.
But you know, they interfered, but then at the same time Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn interfered to even the odds. And then they all surrounded Roman. And honestly, this is when I thought it was going to be over, because this seemed like a more of a Roman finally getting his comeuppance.
Right. That's a fact.
But it wasn't enough, because after KO and Sammy fought the Usos out of the match, and they were fighting through the crowd,
right.
It looked as if Cody was going to win, because he hit one crossroads and then linked it into a second crossroads. But and he was about to do a third one, but Paul Heyman hopped up on the apron to distract the ref. And while he distracted the ref, a returning Solo Sikoa popped Cody with the Samoan spike, and that allowed Roman to get the opening he needed to hit the spear and win and retain the titles. And I could tell you, man, people were pissed. But first off, before you brag, let me preamble this. People, and you know this specifically, I do not like Roman. You know this, humble man. But let me say this. But let me say this, for all you people that hate Roman Reigns too, don't jump down my back. But I knew Cody was not winning this match. I knew he wasn't going to win. You guys can go back to the predictions. I told you he was that I had serious doubts about him winning this match. You know this, dogs.
Yeah, that's a fact. I remember because we were doing the contracts about the predictions or what have you, such and such. You did say so. The whole build up and what basically was like, what was like, all Cody was saying was you're not ready and such. So I recall.
Yeah, and then what really brought it home was that you know, the air of where I felt like this superstar had a chance of beating him, like how I felt, like how you could feel with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre. You could feel that they had what it took to beat Roman. I didn't feel that with Cody.
Right.
And because I didn't feel that, I knew he wasn't going to win. That's why I can't even front. And all you Roman haters, do not jump down my back because I'm on your side. But I'm telling you, I knew that Roman was going to retain.
Word.
Just because I just was not sold on Cody winning. He didn't have that believable factor that KO, Sammy, Drew, and some others had. He just didn't bring it hard enough. Like promo wise, he didn't bring it hard enough for me to believe in him.
Oh, I feel you, man.
But during the match, he definitely did go as hard as he possibly could. But even though he went hard in the paint and he went very hard, I still couldn't. I just couldn't.
Oh no, I feel you, man.
I didn't see it. And again, you know how I feel about Roman, but like, I just did not see Roman losing.
Well, I feel you.
That's why I have to admit, for the first time, I was not mad about Roman retaining, because, like I said, I did not see him losing.
Well, I got you. I got you, man.
But you know, before we started recording, there was a question that I want that at first I was gonna ask you, but before I realized that we weren't recording, I wasn't gonna ask. I was gonna save it for here. So that leaves my question: where do we go?
Before,
yeah.
Sorry, stop you. Before that, I just want to say the Roman and Cody match was great. The stuff as the Usos interfering in Solo Sikoa, but yo. Yeah, and you got to do this too, yo. Acknowledge your tribal chief. He's about to reach 1,000 days as the champion, yo. My boy Roman.
I thought he already did that.
Say that again?
I thought he already reached 1,000 days.
Almost. He's at 940 something right now.
I could have sworn I saw something saying that he already surpassed it.
Nah.
All right. Anyways, continue with your bracket.
Roman won, yo. He had to get this win, or Cody had to get this win. My boy Roman came out on top, victorious as always. Can't stop him.
Now, on with my question. I was gonna ask, where do we go from here?
Honestly speaking, yeah, that's a great question. You already know the Raws and SmackDowns after WrestleManias and the NXTs after the standard deliver pay-per-views or whichever pay-per-views happens WrestleMania weekend is always interesting ones. So we'll see who's going to be, if the rivalry is going to continue, if Roman and Cody going to continue, if the next challenger is going to be a call-up or a returning star. Who in the hell knows?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I saw a very interesting picture before the camera cut. And that was Cody Rhodes sitting in the middle of the ring as Roman was holding up the titles.
Right.
Like honestly, I honestly compare that to when Cena was sitting on the ramp after he was defeated by The Rock.
I knew you were going to say that.
But even still, you know.
Right.
But
that's correct.
And honestly, at this point, the only person I can think of that can that can get the job done against Roman is Seth Rollins.
Honestly speaking,
just because one.
That is.
Go ahead.
That is true, but I want to see Roman beat him. I want to see Roman beat Seth on TV. Honestly speaking.
Yeah. But honestly, at this point, I don't think they'd ever be able to have a storyline that makes sense. You know.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, Seth's a face and Roman's a heel, but I don't see them crossing each other's paths. At least not for now.
Right.
Maybe later. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But right now, I just don't see it. But with that being said, once again, 2 pay-per-views, 2 nights, 1 podcast, and we got that down. And with that being said, that's gonna do it for this episode of the contract. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man, as usual, for coming and kicking his wrestling knowledge.
You already know it, yo. Y'all already know it. You already know it. Wrestle 2 pay-per-view. That was great. WrestleMania, and NXT Stand and Deliver. They were both great. And also, did you mention the Usos entrance?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lil Uzi Vert. Yo, no one knew he was gonna be there. Lil Uzi Vert came out, performed "I Wanna Rock" and having the Usos, and then bringing the Usos out after that.
Yeah.
That was.
I was hoping and praying that Uzi's pants weren't gonna fall.
I think I know why you said that.
Cause them shits was sagging more than they should have been.
Right.
Cause them shits was falling.
That's a fact.
But yeah, in any case, actually before we get out of here, in your opinion, which night was better, 1 or 2?
I mean, both nights were great, but I mean, I'd have to say it's a toss. It's hard to say. I would have to say night 1 was better.
All right.
I'd have to say night 1.
All right.
Night 1.
Yeah. Despite me hating one of the matches, I have to agree that night 1 stole the whole event.
Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, with that being said, yo, if y'all enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And until next time, by way of Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man, and we out. Peace.
Peace. We out this bitch. Later, y'all. We out this bitch. We'll be right back at y'all the next pay-per-view.